I'm back to the last movement of the Prokofiev Sixth, trying to decide how to learn it. In other words, how much to go for right now. Whether to memorize it all as I'm going. So, leading up to the G-sharp minor statement, there's a basic statement in A minor in the right hand, in the left hand, and then a modulatory passage, which is basically a sequence. With this fourth, which breaks the absolute nature of the transposition. So, basically a minor chord with a second added. So, the difficulty with that is simply that the topography of each key is slightly different. So, in terms of knowledge or memory or confidence, it's all about having that feel for how that chromatic scale of four-note groups works, feels. This one is an all-white note group, for example. There's a kind of natural undulation to the yeah. So now what? Haven't decided, let's see. I think it makes the most sense to just play second fingers on all those crossover notes and a decrescendo. Get out of there more quickly. Yes. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with 1, 2, 4. Okay, getting into that. Guy. Repeats himself. Little anagram. Down and back up. Up. All up. So. Haven't decided about them. For now, I'm going to move my hand over and go 2, 1. So. Okay, and the chromatic in the left hand goes up to C sharp, which turns into D flat for no particular reason, and then continues to ascend. Oops, one too early. No, that's not right. You keep swinging back and forth. Well, 1, 2, 4 here with the 2 black notes, it feels really good, but I'm wondering whether that's the safest thing to do for this last one, because, or whether I should do it with any of them, because if I stuck with 2 instead of 1 on F, I might do that instead. Let's see. Let's put it in as temporary. That's pretty easy. Simple. It shouldn't. It's not yet stuck in my head. Should be all seconds. B flat. B flat. B flat down the thumb. There it is, and then stay. Consistently what my fingering in the left-hand crossover notes is. So thumb E, thumb E. Now I keep changing my mind about what feels best crossing over. So maybe I should resolve that issue. Track of anyway. The only disadvantage of 2 is it doesn't tell me what note to go to. I have to keep track of where I am. Whereas if I had more characteristic fingerings, for example, if I played thumb on each white note, I would know that it was a white note coming out. There's something to be said for that. 2, 1. I'll try it all too. I think that may be easier. And the other thing is there's a minute poco crescendo for the last 2 of these, and it's cancelled out just at the end of the phrase. So I have oh, this is mezzo piano, then it's piano again. bass, wasn't it? Excuse me, I'm about to sneeze, I was going to say. And yet once again. So there you go. Too. I've changed my mind about thumb on F. Much as I hate to give up the deliciousness of that 1, 2, 4 on white, black, black, I think the getting back down and then having the second free on E flat might be worth it. It certainly is worth it in a later spot. Another idea is also, I go to 3 to get to E flat. I think being on 3 already, 3, maybe 3, 1 to 3, 2, that would differentiate, and I'd still have my 3 in the right place. 3, 1, 3, 2, yes. That's not bad. It's not fully memorized, but it's understood enough. So everything, the adjustments in fingering are starting to fall into place, and there's a basic sense of fluency. So that's second step after just getting used to how it goes. So that's pretty good. Just as at the beginning, only downbeats in the left hand. Exactly the same. Oh. I could get fancy here. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. I rather like the deliciousness of it because it's really comfortable here. Let me turn the page. If you know me by now, you know that I'm likely to change my mind, but I've already done so numerous times in this page. 5. Yeah. How did I get down that far? Oh, I see. I moved. Excuse me. about this already. It's one of those places where Prokofiev really does not spell out the physical realities as well as his musical intentions. So he has me holding my thumb note one note too long. C major here, which makes perfect sense. It's the relative of E minor. C, C, C. Interestingly enough, though, he has vestiges of E minor. E minor? What's E minor doing in here? So C. He certainly does. Versions of E minor and E7. C major rather. E minor 7, and back to C. It's actually outlining a G7th, which is very C major, against this E minor 7th, which is kind of fun. Surprising is hopping up the octave here to C major root position, the only one. A whole two measures of E minor in the left hand. That doesn't mean it's E minor in the right hand. No wonder. I kept waiting for a G. I looked in it looked like an E, but it was in the wrong clef. I'm glad my ear knew better. that's a good fingering. I think 2 is a better fingering, so go figure. Smartly going through it the first time. Okay. E minor. Whoops. Or G major. Second inversion, root position. So that's easy. 3 root position white note arpeggios, followed by the same second inversion E major, C major. So very easy to learn. And then getting into G major scale. Good. I think thumb on E is perhaps the most convenient way of entering into the E major position. 1, 3, and then I'm set in G major fingering. Second, root, second, root, second, 3, 1. I mean 1, 3. 1, 3. Left hand gets the 1 note. Why? Because he wants the accent. So left hand. Just to be clear. Taken out of context, any decision can seem really bizarre. I didn't play 2 originally because crossing the thumb over my left hand was quite a bother. Ah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like to tell my students that context is everything. And of course, any little truism that one uses, one should listen to and pay attention to occasionally. But do we? Alas, not enough. All right. So, bunches of A sharps. Why? Well, who wouldn't put A sharp against C major? Because it's fun. It's colorful. Oops. Comes up, one note, and then down 1 note. Up, up, just looking ahead because I'm trying to sectionalize in my own mind what goes on. The next rondo appearance is measure 85 in B flat minor. Then there's, of course, that whole episode with those wonderful recurring angry notes. The next rondo theme is back in our home key, but an octave lower. And then Andante, which starts to quote other movements of a vivace. An F sharp minor, lots of runny stuff. The angry theme makes a reappearance. A più tranquillo, lots of things happening. And a recurrence, an extended recurrence of the A theme material. And finally it finishes. It actually finishes mostly with first movement motivic material at the very, very end. So it's quite an extended form. It's rather interesting because it is a mélange of all the things from the other movements as well as several recurrent ideas in this movement on its own, taken on its own. But that's for another time. I want to just try to straighten out some of what's here. A sharps are easy to remember. It's kind of all the sensations of these, both tritones. Sixth, no. Actually, three tritones. This is okay. Major sixth, minor sixth, minor sixth. Minor third above. Okay, so these are scales. Minor sixth. Okay, so these end up, the span ends up being a ninth. That makes sense. A ninth. That's why this is able to be one note more. And the sensations are different. This is black, white, black. This is black, white, black, black. And this is the most comfortable. Should take advantage of the fact that I have another copy, albeit a slightly different edition, to help me with learning things that span the page end. Okay. Let's go back. So I'm going to go 5, 1, 2. And back to 1. So you can hear that sounds not halfway bad, but a little skittish and a little inaccurate because I don't have all this information filed away in a fashion that will enable me to just access it automatically more comfortably. For example, so this is a good place to rehearse from. good thing to have memorized. So a third finger. I have to remember this is not just a left-hand placement, it's a continuation of a scale. So getting somewhere. Okay, I've got to remember that this doesn't quite... This leaves out two of the notes of the original, but then it does duplicate the left hand even though it's up. No, it's not up an octave, it's the same, it just starts from a different place. So... Beat accents. Well, it's only one time, are important and significant. A, please. A little slower would help. Scattered here. What I need is to be thinking of my left hand almost exclusively here. That makes a big difference, just to make that decision. That would have been great. I was so successful in the first part that I didn't remember the transition, or maybe I didn't practice it enough. And you could hear a certain desperation, so, but I was curious. Maybe I don't want to go to fourth finger. think my body wants to go to second finger just because it's there, and I can easily toss my hand to thumb. So that was my body making a decision for me. Okay, that was me, my not trusting that particular gesture back upwards and inwards to the thumb here. To go to 1, 2, 1, 2. So here, interestingly enough, I already chose to go 1 to 2. I don't know why. I know because of the black note, it was obvious to me not to go to 1, but that's what I ended up doing. That's what I ended up doing in the first version. Anyway. And back to A minor. Okay, I will stop here for a while. This is well, when I compare it to the 7th sonata, for example, which is a bear, it's only 3 minutes long, but it takes a considerable amount of gymnastics and everything, that this one is accessible. I'm rather enjoying it, and it leads me to believe, since I've just recently scheduled when specifically in my university I'll be playing it, it's not for another 10 months or so, that I want to add some very juicy and challenging things. I haven't yet decided exactly what they might be to go along with this. I could stick with all 20th century sonatas like this one, and the Barber that I've never played. Can't think of what else I might play. I could play the Bartok, which I have played, or the Bartok Dance Suite, which I've just played and have played numerous times, which is not a sonata. But anyway, it leads me to believe that this will be a friend, not if you've been in any way attending to my practicing the Bartok Suite and the Dance Suite, that is, and or the Brahms First Sonata. Both of those have somewhat pianistically unfriendly moments when no matter what you do, no matter how well you have practiced, there are always going to be things that are inherently right on the edge. This doesn't feel that way. And strangely enough, I want a little bit of that. I want to find things that stretch me as well. And this stretches me to a certain extent, but it's well within my realm, which makes me very comfortable. And since I've taught it before, although I've never played it, it just reminds me that I think I understand some of its nature, and I will continue to explore it from the inside out now. See you later.